what did you think when you got the call, both of you, for this show? I mean, a show about down south, strip club culture. What were your first thoughts?
You mean upon offer, or like when we first got it?
When you first got it, when you got the script and you're like, I'm gonna go in, what were you thinking? Besides, I hope I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is that thought at the beginning for sure. Yeah, a little bit. I wasn't sure at first when I first got the email, and I saw, okay, strip club and stripper, and part of me was just like, oh, okay, like, have we seen this story before? And I've seen how people have portrayed it through film and TV, and it depends, kind of thing. And so my agent said, no, read it, it's tutorial. And I was like, oh, what? Had to read, and fell in love straight away. The writing is incredible. The characters just jump out, and it's everything that you want as an actor in a script to get, because there's so much to dig your teeth into and to kind of and to take from it, and then you have that moment of, I want this job, please give this job to me. So that was the initial kind of like journey that I went on after reading it.
And Parker, what about you?
It's pronounced Parker, if that's okay, actually. No, I'm just joking.
Him! Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
We'll get you every time.
Listen, I like to get names precise, because that is your name. That's how you address them.
No, Parker's fine. When I first got it, I was blown away by the richness and the illustration, if you will. It was, I could see, the stage directions or whatever you call it in a script. It was so well written, you could see what she's talking about. And usually it's like he picks up from a Scandinavian chic, whatever, you know what I mean? But this was very real. So I was excited, it wasn't whack. And so I was just like, please let me audition. And then, interestingly, I live in London, Elarica lives in London. And so we had our chemistry test here, just like 15 minutes away from the crib. It was really nice. And I thought she was weird and everything, but I thought, you know what? Hollywood, they'll see, and they'll tell us if we work well together.
Let me unmute. I thought he was weird. I'll put that out there.
So talk to me about a little bit about the relationship between Andre and Adam and what that's been like, or what it's like.
Man, you know what? I'll put it out there before I fully answer the question. I am very, very happy that I got Parker. He's an incredible actor. He's hilarious. He's the biggest wind up and totally annoying at a lot of points, especially on set. But it's all a part of the experience. And it was good to have someone who, he's not British, but he lives in England. And so he kind of understands the vibe, because culturally it's different. It's so different. And so I felt like I had my little person, going into the show. But then obviously the cast and the crew and all the rest of the directors and everyone was fantastic, so I felt just at home. But yeah, he's incredible. And I mean, the relationship between the two of them, you can't tell a true story if people aren't willing to be open and honest. And it happens sometimes. You can be on a set and you're working with someone and you have to show this relationship of two people who may have known each other for a very long time, and it can be difficult sometimes, because sometimes people don't open up or they have a different way of working, and so you have to kind of find your way with that actor and kind of figure it out to get to a good point. But with Parker, very easy, and it's exactly what the both of them needed, because they are two people who have just met, but they meet, and it's like any situation where you're like, oh my God, I want to know this person more. I want to find out more about them. In fact, I want to be a part of their life, but I don't know why, because I've just met them. Like, what is this? And that's the attraction, I think, that that Autumn had at the beginning to him straight away. The spark was there, and it completely helped just having him, for sure, as a partner.
And vice versa. Let me just say, it's reciprocated. All right. No, but for real, I mean, a project like this, and when you read the script, I only got 2 in the beginning, and there's nudity and there's scenes that will be sensitive. People have all sorts of backgrounds and everything that they're bringing to sets, not just an actor or an actress. These are people who have real things in their real past, but they want to play the role. And so you've got to respect everyone. She respected me. I respected her. We worked really well together. And you see that on screen, and that was really fun. I mean, I don't know. I've seen projects, films and whatnot where people don't have chemistry.
Right.
It's not great. It's not great. I'm not going to mention it. And so that was great, man. I mean, they did a good job casting. I'll say that.
So, what was the training process like for you? Obviously, as you noted, in Black strip clubs, there is a stunt element to it, performance, dance. What type of stripper would you say Autumn is, and what was your training like for that experience?
I started thinking that you put oil on your hands and you spun around the pole. That was what I thought the girls did, because how did they go around so fast? No, it's the total opposite. You know, you need friction. Stop laughing at me, Parker. It's true, because you don't know. In fact, the only time I'd been on
You
a
would
pole,
fly off. You would fly off like a cartoon character if you just. I mean, it doesn't.
ask anyone. Honestly, ask majority of people. They would think that it's oiled up or it's slippery, so you can slide round. And you know, it was a shock when they were giving me this chalk and this all these like white kind of powders to stop you from being slippery. And in fact, you have to stick to the pole, and so that's skin and that's a pole, and this is your skin, and it's bruising and it's painful, very sore, and you have to have strength to do it as well. And you know, my first couple of weeks, first 2 weeks, I couldn't pull myself up. My upper body strength was terrible, and I did wonder, you know, why am I so heavy? Like, what is this? And I see the girls do it with such ease, and they just look incredible. So it was difficult at first, I'm not going to lie, but the moment you get up, the moment you swing round, oh, the freedom, and you feel so accomplished. You're like, oh yes, I did it. This is amazing. I could do it. I didn't look as great as the other girls. I still don't now, but I learned a lot, and it's something I want to continue doing. Autumn Night isn't a stripper at first, so it was great because I got to learn with her. We learned together, you know, and you'll see that in the show, and she gets slightly better, but she finds a different kind of place in the strip club, and you'll see
that thing.
something. She's got something, yeah.
So these stories offer a different slice of life. What is something that you learned about these women or the type of people that inhabit strip clubs, especially strip clubs down south, that you weren't aware of going in?
I mean, it's easy to make an assumption or have an opinion about anybody, really. It's a whole different world for me. So I was constantly learning, even, you know, some of the locations, the language, you know, the music, this incredible trap music that we have in the show and for the opening of the show. So it was a constant kind of learning curve for me in general. But like I said, it's easy to make assumptions about people, and we, thank goodness, the way that the show was put together, we had some time beforehand to meet some of these women, you know, that work in the strip club, that were still working while we were filming, and just have conversations with them and just understand their world a bit more and understand them as people, and put that into what we were doing with our characters. Women are dope, man. You know, men are too. We all are as human beings, you know, when we want to be. But these characters and these people and some of the strippers as well, you know, that we got to meet and got to understand their way of life and how they got into stripping and why they do it and why they still do it or why they left. Stories are important to tell, and hearing theirs was a blessing, I think, for all of us, and helped me move forward with just how I feel about people in general.
You put mute.
Oh, if I can add to that, I mean, yeah, when I first read the script and then when we get down there, it's like Ozark or something like that on Netflix, right? Or Parasite. Like if it's I don't know, an invitation into something I just didn't know about from Indiana, and I didn't know the Ozarks were like that, and then I heard Brad Pitt on a podcast. He was like, yeah, it's pretty much like that, you know. And I was like, oh. And so that's the dopest thing about it is it's a landscape I've never seen on TV, and I don't go down south that often. I hate the heat, and so it was cool to be like, oh, so this is what it's like. You know what I mean?
So in wrapping up, I just want to wish you guys much success with this. And my last question is, what's your favorite strip trap song?
Oh my gosh. I'd say anything from Megan Thee Stallion, anything. Because I feel like if I listen to it long enough, maybe I'll be able to get down on my knees like she does, because she got some strength in those thighs. So yeah, anything from her, really.
Got it. Thank you both so much. Parker, I don't know if you have one. You're looking like I'm gonna skip that one.
I can tell you. No, I think Beethoven's Fifth, since he's black and all.
Beethoven's Fifth Symphony. I like that. Okay.
No, I'd say Cushion Alcohol. Cushion Alcohol.
Cushion Alcohol.
Yeah.
Very cool.